Hello, welcome to learning how to promote online using your products and services and just different things around you to promote your services. So, my name is Monique. If you're just joining for the first time, not knowing who I am, and I'm a social media strategist for wellness entrepreneurs. And so, it's really important to me to help them to be able to feel happy about their business and expose that happiness to their potential customers and clients. And so I find different creative ways to kind of make their audience feel relaxed and like they can basically have an immersive experience with their customers. So that way their customers or clients will want to purchase from them. So we're going to go into a little bit about like why promoting is so important, how often you should promote as well, and then I'm going to get into some creative like ways like that you can promote based upon your niche. And so we will see if some people want to join, because I did extend an invitation link out to my audience, but they may be busy today, but it's there just in case they want to pop on live and ask me about how to promote. I will be having more of these opportunities available to my audience on social media, but I knew with YouTube, they don't have a specific like request to join the live. So I kind of had to use StreamYard to invite them as well. So if you have any questions, whether you're watching live or watching the replay, just let me know. Greetings, brother. How are you doing? Thanks for hanging out again. So it says, greeting. I'm going to put the comment up. Greetings, sis. I've uploaded my first YouTube video. Don't know what to do from there. Wow. Well, you're in blessings. I can't say in luck. You're in blessings today because I'm going to show you how to promote and like different ways that you can promote. So stay tuned for that. I'm so excited. All right. So the first thing, why do we have to promote our things on social media? So that's a good place to start. And I would say it's because one, whatever social media platform you're on, it's not going to show your post to everybody, even if they are following you. And so this might be a rude awakening to some people, but it's simply the truth. So even if you did just post a YouTube video, or say you just launched your podcast, or you put some products on your website and then you shared the link on, say, Facebook, everyone's not going to click on the link. Everyone's not even going to see the link. So it's very important that you try to reach your audience, those people in your audience that would actually be excited for what you have. Because just because everyone can benefit from your product or your service or your podcast doesn't mean that everyone will actually take that next step with you. So you kind of have to do different things in order to promote. So that's where I will start as well. And so you also want to show your excitement for something new that you have. So I think for the most part, those of us that create things, like we're excited, even if during the process it was stressful, or you started crying because it was so hard. At the end, you want to say, if I can use the term, you want to be proud of what you created. And so you want it to help somebody. And so the best way to promote that is to start talking about it. Even if you start talking about it while you're building that particular thing, that's a cool tactic way to actually promote your product or service, because it's not fully developed, but you can actually get real-time feedback from your customers, from, your clients, or even just audience members, just to make sure that you're making something that they can actually use. Because the worst thing is when you create something because you think it's needful, but your audience doesn't agree with that. They might have wanted you to go into a different direction and they would have benefited from that better. And so that's what we call market research. So that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're building something. Also, when something's not fully developed, it's good to start talking about it, because your audience may not be aware of the need for it. And so I can actually come up with a really good example. There is this natural like skincare brand that I love following, and she just came out with essential wipes. And so why that's important is because she talked about like how she did research, and she didn't know this previously, but that toilet paper has like toxins in it and chemicals, and formaldehyde, just has like dangerous stuff that we've been using for years. And then she came up with a solution. She didn't just talk about it. She mentioned that she's in the process of making natural wipes now that are flushable, that are made or have essential oils infused in them. So that kind of shows her product as the solution to a problem that many of us probably have now. And she did look at the pricing for wipes in the store, and she decided that she was going to give people 2 packs of wipes for the price of one that would be in the store. So she already kind of set up her product in a way that is, a solution, it's affordable, and it already contrasts with what we're used to. So that's just like one of the ways that you could promote it, by start talking about it even before you start selling it, just to see like what is the feedback, how do people feel about it. Also, when it comes to how often you should promote as much as possible. I don't think there is any such thing as, promoting too much, because you want people to remember. Sometimes we can be looking right at a post earlier in the day, but then of course life gets busier, and then we already all of a sudden forgot about it. So it's good to have someone, that is, going to sell that product or sell that service, or even if it's a new podcast episode, to kind of keep that on our mind. So that way, when we open the app again, we're like, oh, yeah, I remember this. Like, I was supposed to go check this out. So that's what you want your audience to do. And you never know which post of yours will actually take off. So that's why it's important to have a variety of content. Can you do some video based content? Can you just write a status update on Facebook? Can you show a series of photos? Can you get testimonials from customers and clients who already purchased from you? What are the different things that you can do? Can you use Pinterest, which is like more so a search engine than it is social media, but can you create a pin and have that attached to the link of your YouTube video or YouTube link to your video, or to your website where your products and services are? So you want to have multiple touch points for your audience to be exposed to your products, your services, or your new content that you have online. So the one of the marketing tactics that we learned before was that, your customer or your client has to see something from you 7 times before they make a purchase. And I actually think now it's more than 7 at this point, because we just live in an information dominant world. And so we can consume so much information that, it's very hard to keep track of the things that we want unless we write it down, or we have like, our link history that we can like go through and see different things. So it's all about trying to find multiple ways and creative ways to promote your content, because you don't want people to get bored because you keep posting the same exact flyer every single day. If you do intend to, post the same flyer every single day, you want to make sure that you have something else to be paired with that, because the flyer does serve a good purpose of showing you like the address, if this is an in-person event, the time, and things, different important things like that. But you also kind of want to have like an immersive experience as well. So, a flyer can be one way to do it. Then you can actually go live. So if you missed that video on how to go live, just look on my channel under the live tab, and it'll say go live like a pro. And then you can learn how to go live. But that's a really immersive way too, because like your customers, your clients, or your audience members can literally ask you questions in real time while you're live. And you could just have the product. If you're a product based business, you could literally just be, putting labels on products, or, letting people test out your products live and like get their actual reactions in real time to see like other people using it. So those are different ways that you can promote. You also can do static posts for people that love looking at photos. Maybe they like swiping through a carousel post, and just getting information that way. Maybe you present a problem and how your solution is poised, or how your product or service is poised as the solution. So that way people can be like, oh, that makes sense. They make, connections, and like they connect the dots, and then they're able to, sorry guys, let me take a little break right there. But basically they're able to make the connection, and then they'll be like, okay, I want to purchase this. Greetings, Sister Celestine, another faithful person here today. Thanks for joining. Okay, so another question, how you feel about those reels and shorts for promotion after you get done with your statement? Okay, so reels and shorts, I think they're a really good idea to promote because some people that might have short attention spans, they can get like minimal information as much as possible in a succinct way. So that way, like they can actually get excited for it. And you could set it up by having like different shots of different things, like whether that's like overhead shots of your product or the sides or just going out in like daily life and seeing how you can connect those images and videos together. So that's why I talked about how important it is to build a story, because once you have your storyline, you can go and get images and get videos and put them all together in a way that like descriptively tells your story. And also probably after this live stream, I'm going to put the link in the comments for like how to build your story and also like the different ways that you can promote. I actually made a guide on like the ABCs of promoting. So it's kind of like a checklist and like reminders of different things that you want to keep in mind when you are promoting. So yeah, I think videos are just so immersive and I really love that because it's like you actually feel like you're right there with that person and you're like experiencing things. So, for example, like when it comes to travel, I haven't been to that many countries. I've only been to one country outside of the US, and that was Egypt. And so, before that, I was already looking at content on Egypt, and just to be able to see videos like of how pretty it is over there, or even other countries, like looking at like the water, and like you can actually see the water like flowing down the stream. You can actually see people walking around, you can see people eating, and things like that, that can actually make one excited to want to go. And like, let's say you don't have the budget this year to go travel somewhere, I think it's nice to be able to live in a world now where there can be cinematographers to be able to take video and take footage of being in a different country, showing you like the different shops and stuff like that, and kind of putting you in that moment. Also, just another example, like say someone's about to get engaged, and just being able to see like the flowers and like seeing like the man get on his knee, and then the girl, like you can actually see the like emotion, like the tears falling. Just imagine like how immersive that is. Like you just feel like you're there, like while the woman is just like crying, like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 so you actually feel connected in that moment. And then those of you that have been engaged before and are married, like then you can also reflect back on that moment when you also got engaged and like make connections. So videos are very good for that. I highly suggest doing videos because they're just like little mini movies. Like I love like being able to watch like a trailer before I see a movie. So think of it as that. Like reels and shorts can be like a nice trailer before someone purchases your product. And you can see like how like your product or service has like impacted other people as well. And then like that audience member can see that too. And then they'll be excited just to like, you know, take part in that. Okay, so now I'm going to so I want to talk a little bit more about like promoting as well. So like let's say for example you have an event coming up. So you could actually go live like 2 to 3 times, or you can go live every single day, like kind of what I was doing, and just talk about a different topic related to it. Um, so that way it kind of leads up to that event, and then you also want to give people information on that event too. Also, you can do like a series of posts. So I do suggest like when you're first starting your account to have a post scheduled to go out every single day. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Like if you feel like you don't have enough content, don't force it, but kind of build up to that so you have like a library of content as well. and you want people to be excited even when you're out, say at an event or you're at work, and it just comes up naturally in conversation, like, what do you have going on? And then that's when you can talk about and say, hey, I have an event coming up, or I have a new product that I've been working on. I really would love it if you guys try it, if you're interested, and just kind of invite people to inside of your world. And then that'll make them excited, like to those that actually can benefit from your product or service. So just kind of think in your head now, like, what are the different ways? What have I been seeing on social media that I possibly could, get inspired by that and then create content similar to that? So I'm going to actually dive into some different examples, because I don't see anyone here in the guest area backstage. Okay, so I'm going to read out what the niche is and then go from there. So if someone's in the mindfulness and meditation wellness niche, and let's say they started a 7-day mindfulness reset challenge. So this would basically be a virtual event where participants receive daily guided meditations, journaling prompts, and live coaching sessions to reduce stress and improve focus. And then it'll also have like a private community as well as Q&A sessions. So say that this was in person, for example. Well, people would need to, of course, have a way to get to the sales page where it's going to talk about like where the event is, and here's how you get your ticket, and this is what your ticket includes, and things like that. You can actually create a series of reels where you show like the location where the retreat is going to happen, or the reset challenge, I should say, is going to happen. Then you could also have, images and videos like of your clients that you've worked with before, in terms of like mindfulness. And then just like have them share like just little like 10-second clips of, their experience and put that together. You can also get a clip of like someone actually participating in meditation. Doesn't necessarily have to be your client or your customer, but it could definitely just be like a stock video or stock image of that, and that kind of like puts people in the sense like, oh, like I need to like let all this stress go, I can't wait to go to this event, and just build excitement in that way. You can also share the benefits of the challenge. What is the transformation that that challenge is going to bring to somebody? Also, being aware of the problems that your customer or client might have where they need this reset challenge. Maybe they're overwhelmed at work. Maybe they're just kind of stuck in this repetitive process from day to day. It feels a little mediocre and they don't really know how to get out of the rut. How can this mindfulness challenge help them? So that's something that I would challenge my clients to, consider. If a client that was into mindfulness and meditation, if they came to me, this is how they would promote it. Also, I would tell them to think about what live streams could they possibly put inside, whether it's going once a week or going live, like a few days before the reset challenge starts, and just to encourage people to sign up. Because again, we might have all the intentions in the world to sign up for this reset challenge, but we get very busy with life. We have to cook, we have to take care of things outside the home, run errands, go to church, and go all over the place and do so many things where our calendar is filled. And so we may forget to actually sign up. Like in our minds, we might think we signed up for it already. But if you have a way to like keep promoting it, and then someone looks at their email and they're like, actually, oh, I didn't sign up for it, let me just check. And then they'll see that they didn't sign up for it. So it's like that live stream could be a way to like encourage last minute signups, or even people that just kept seeing it and they're like, I don't know if I want to sign up for it right now. But it's like sometimes by constantly hearing something, you start to resonate with it more. So that's why I want to let you know today, do not feel bad about promoting 7 times, 8 times, whatever or however much it takes for you to promote. Just keep doing that until you see the results that you want to see. And when I say promote, you also don't want to like be pushy, but kind of just show it as like a reminder, as an invitation to bring people in. So that's how you can like promote without being annoying, because you also can have this mindset as well, that the right person for your product or service isn't going to be annoyed by all the videos and all the posts that you're putting up. So don't ever be afraid, like, oh my gosh, I might be posting way too much. It may be too much for you, but it's not going to be too much for that person that needs what you created. And also you can even tease a Q&A session and show like your audience like what that Q&A session is going to look like, so that way they kind of have a sense of what those type of sessions would be like during the reset challenge. And then just walk them through the process, like what is going to happen like when they register, what happens after they register, what's going to happen, you know, on a day-to-day basis. Are there different themes for those days? And you can talk a little bit about those on social media. Like, don't talk about everything, but just kind of tease it, like I said, a trailer. Okay, so the next example that I have written here is financial wellness and the abundance mindset. So the happiest niche. So let's say, for example, a client came to me and part of their business was to create financial wellness, like where they're helping individuals like leave a scarcity mindset into an abundance mindset. So for this, I would definitely use a lot more videos, because like finances can be a little, you know, hard to like grasp on, even though everyone knows like that they might need more money or like they want to be in a better place financially. I think it's important to showcase, you know, what happens when you have more money, what happens when you start thinking about abundance in you know, a wellness way. So that's something that you can think about. And so this says a self-paced online course helping individuals shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, includes video lessons, guided exercises, and real life case studies, and then a bonus, a live masterclass on attracting financial opportunities. So even there, like I would suggest to my client to do like a live stream basically on like what type of person do you need to be to attract wealth. And it's not to say like that you're striving to be rich, but just what do you need to do in order to just be able to have that a better mindset, like, you know, I can make more money, I can make more impact, and just, you know, be successful that way. Hello, Shadrach, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. Also, you can, as a financial coach, you can show like what your life is like and how like you practice those ideals that I was talking about, like as far as like, you know, what was the story in your personal life when you had a scarcity mindset, and how were you acting, what did life look like, and then what does it look like now that you have an abundance mindset. So that's just something that you can show like the wellness aspect of it. So you're not just talking about numbers every day on your channel or on your social media. You're actually talking about like, this is how I became happier after I was able to receive more money or more income, or this is what happened after I saved more money, invested. So I do know from like financial courses that I've taken before that like it's not necessarily about saving money, it's more so about investing that money. So even that can be a content idea on like how important it is to invest in yourself and invest in the growth of your portfolios. So just make it fun. And then also I would say too, with that niche, it's not always about like looking at the materialistic things. I think it's more impactful to like show like, you know, how do you make other people happy now that you have this wealth, and like how can you teach other people to do that as well. Like, do you have masterminds, do you have like, you know, different areas where you just kind of, you know, help people along the way where they kind of break like the obstacles in their mind when it comes to making more money, and like just being able to take them to like explore different things. So not necessarily like, oh, I'm wealthy and I can just afford anything I want, but more so like, what's the impact of like having that money? Like, do you help kids do different things, or like your own kids do things, or your family? What has your family been able to accomplish as a result of you having that money? And just kind of have a human element to it. So that way it doesn't look like you're just like, oh, I'm just, you know, I spend money on whatever. Like, it's actually intentional. And you don't have to show everything that you've spent money on, just things that you think will be impactful. So again, I would do like a post every day if I could, and I would teach my client like how to do that and like how to structure it based on like the different themes like within this niche. And like I would actually talk to them in a way where like they can actually come up with the themes by themselves. Like I'll supply some themes, but also like it's good if they can come up with some pillars as well that is like very like near and dear to them, and then we can create posts that way. Definitely again would be some videos as well as like some photos and maybe some informational posts, but also including photos in that too. Okay, so the next one is women's health and hormonal balance. So this would be the health niche. So basically, an event where you can balance and thrive, the women's hormone wellness retreat. So just imagine a weekend retreat focusing on natural hormone balance through nutrition, movement, and stress management. And so it would feature expert led workshops, yoga sessions, and personalized wellness plans. And then the location would be a serene wellness resort with organic meals and holistic treatments. So, yeah, I'm very excited to hear about this one. So, if I was to promote this type of event, I would actually talk to my client and I would basically say, okay, who are the different experts that you're going to have on this panel? We need to get headshots, we need to get their descriptions. And it's like you don't have to write the descriptions yourself. You can actually ask those experts for that description and anything else that they want to contribute to your wellness retreat. And then also, I would talk about obviously nutrition. So you can actually structure like a video. It doesn't have to be a live stream. So I'll do one without a live stream. Hi, Sister Casey. Nice to see you. Thank you for the encouragement. Yes. So I lost my train of thought. So like wellness retreat. Oh yeah. So talking about nutrition, I remember now. So you could actually structure a video where you're just talking about like healthy meals that you can indulge in. And then, you can say like imagine like being in this serene space where you're eating this meal and like learning other recipes as well, like with other women. Just to like balance out your hormones, and then also address like the importance of what happens when you eat food that's clean, that is organic, that really helps your hormones. So that way during those different times of the month, you'll actually be in sync with your cycle. You can be in sync with everything that you have to do, and understand why during certain times of the month you have like certain emotions, and like how to handle that with food organically. So I think that would be something interesting, like to just see a video like that. Like say you're just building your YouTube channel and you can just post content like that. I would also encourage my client to look up different topics that will be SEO friendly. So that's short for search engine optimization. And so that's what gets your content found. So like I would teach them how to basically find the keywords that is, important for this niche, and infuse that into their descriptions, into their hashtags, into their titles. So that way they have the best possible chance of their video being found. They could also share that same exact video through their email, so they're not creating content every single day. Like I think they should at least create content like once a week. But let's just say like they are a very busy client and they may not be able to post every single day. I would get them, that stretch out of that one video. I would even like teach them, okay, like this is how you can cut the video up basically into clips so that they can post that on social media and then redirect them back to the full length YouTube video. So this is a way like that they can promote this. Also, they can show like different posts and testimonials. So I think testimonials are good in any case. I think you definitely need those just so people can see like the impact that you have had on their lives ever since they took your product or they tried out your service, and things like that. Just so people can see like, oh, this is a real person using this. I didn't just get, oh, my friends to use, like try this and say that it's good. I actually also have testimonials from other people. And there's nothing wrong with getting testimonials from your friends, like if they can genuinely benefit from it, but just kind of make sure like that you pull out why they love the product so much, why they love the service, just so people can think it's more believable. Because I think sometimes too, like if you just say like, oh friend, like try this, and like tell everybody that it's good. Like that's so much different than like actually asking questions like, okay, why did you even want to use this product, or what has this product done for your life? You get better answers when you ask your clients different questions like that. So that's how I would promote the retreat. Also, like if there's a way to go to the location of the retreat before people start coming in and doing like a hyperlapse video. So you might have seen online where those videos are of people like walking really fast, or like the videos like sped up. It goes through the entire like event space, and like you can see like different, you know, images or videos of like the building itself and like the location. Like we love to see a nice skyline view, and like putting all of that together, and then maybe some shots of you there, just like helping your clients, like if this is your niche, women's health, so that way people can feel like, okay, this person is qualified. You know, I can ask them like personal questions that I may not want to ask on a public live stream, but I can still ask this person these questions and actually go to this event and feel better, feel supported, like I'm really just going to be healthier. So that's some things that I would talk to my clients about. And then I will also set up a plan for them where they can just like keep this going and like find different ways to do that content. Okay, let me answer some questions here. So Sister Celestine says, what's your take on giveaways as a part of promoting your business? Okay, so like without being very scriptural, because I'm not OZ, what I would say about giveaways, like whatever is not having to do with leaving something up to chance, like saying like, you know, spin the wheel and stuff like that, I tend to stay away from stuff like that. But if you're doing like a generic giveaway where like say you're doing like free Starbucks for everybody that uses this code, like you bought, you know, a certain amount of like Starbucks, and like whoever scans the code, they can like take it to a Starbucks and like actually get like a free coffee. I think something like that's okay. Like say somebody signed up for, you know, a resource that you have, or they purchased a product and you're like, okay, here's the discount code, use it before, you know, it runs out. I think that's okay because it's like you actually are giving it to other people. But I think when it comes up to chance, like that might be kind of like off limits. So I kind of stay away from that. But yeah, I think they can generally be a good thing to do. Also, like if there's like games, like if you kind of make your content in a way where like someone has to answer a question, or like a game show type of environment, then I think that's okay too, because it's generally known that the person is going to win the prize because they answered the question correctly. You can also do different things like Amazon gift cards and stuff like that. I think that's okay. And just kind of have a way to tie back to people, um, like obviously growing your business, like they have to do certain things like follow you and things like that, and then that can help you grow your business. But I will say too, like you don't want to get random people that can't benefit from your product or service, because sometimes what happens there is like if in certain giveaways where they're like, oh, like tag 2 friends and you might have a chance to win this thing, that's why I think that could be problematic. But if you just kind of tell them, oh, like share it with a friend, blah 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 blah, you want to try to have some sort of way to make sure that this person aligns with your business, because you don't want a bunch of followers that don't really care about your product. They don't really care about like the information that you actually have to give, because then, you know, you'll have a bunch of followers, but you're not really making much of an impact because they're not paying attention to your content. So, you know, use keywords within your niche, or like different things that you want to talk about, and just be like, you know, if you know someone that is into this type of thing, like encourage them to follow me. So I hope that answers your question. I would just say don't leave anything to chance. Okay, another question. Okay, so for my video, I named it Day Trading Journey Part 1. So would you say I need to shorten this? I'm only asking because I want to make it easier for the viewer when searching for my videos. So in my opinion, I don't think the length of the title really matters. It depends on what platform you're on, because I do know certain platforms may be like, oh, this is too many characters. Like I know Instagram tends to want us to be very short-winded. But I think it's fine for YouTube as long as you have keywords in your title. So I do believe that day trading would actually be like a good keyword. Keywords are usually 1 to 2 words. So yeah, just try to experiment with it. So like if you create like another video, try a shorter title and see what your audience resonates with most. But if this is like your first YouTube video, then people may not be aware of who you are yet. So just kind of keep going, stay encouraged, and post, and then you can see what works. I do teach my clients, how to experiment with different ways, like, different titles, different photos and videos. I'll be like, okay, let's try this and see how this works as well. Social media is just a big experiment, because you're trying to see like what is going to actually appeal to your audience better. And sometimes, you might have a topic, or you might have executed a video in a way where like it didn't get that many views, but I don't tell people to delete their content. Like just don't do that. Like just keep building and focus on making it better. Maybe you have to just talk about the topic in a different way. Maybe you have to use clearer images. Maybe you have to use, more quality content where you're interviewing people or you're having conversations, or infusing emotion into it. And then, that can make it better. So that's what I can say, like without looking at your video. You can also use ChatGPT as well to like analyze the title. But sometimes ChatGPT can also be long-winded too. So you're just going to have to know how to like finesse that. But yeah. So yeah, I'll just say to like come back to this video probably in a couple of hours, because I will drop some free resources down below for that. But if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can. I will put the link down below, and that is a high ticket, high value program. So basically that is for wellness entrepreneurs that are established. They have a thriving business, and like their products and services are definitely selling in a great way. And now they want to just build their presence online. And that is called Social Media Confidential. So that's my 6-month program. And so when you click the link to apply, I can actually put it on the screen now because I know I saved that banner. Look at me multitasking during a live, guys. So that's the actual link. And so what happens is I meet with my clients in a 6-month container pretty much. And so they have access to me one-on-one, giving them personalized feedback. So like the different ideals that I went through today, it would actually be in more detail, because then I'm telling them, try this, try this, try this. Also, they might come to me and say, I tried this online, but I'm getting kind of stuck here. Can you help me? So it's like your way of getting personalized feedback from me. It is a 4-figure program at this time. So if you know that like you cannot afford like between $1,000 and $9,999, then that is not the program for you. I would say start with the free resource. But if you know you don't have time to like try to do everything for free, and you want like a specialized approach from someone, me, with over 7 years of social media marketing experience, then I would say, apply here and see if we are a good fit to work together. Different modules that I have in the program, I have 5. So the first one is setting up your platforms. And so you pick 2 platforms that you want to start on. I usually encourage Facebook, and just giving you like the background on like how, these different features work out for you. And also working on your mindset, because I know it's not a matter of just, putting a photo, putting a video up and just being like, okay, I'm going to post. Some people struggle with that. Some people struggle with, feeling like they have anything important to say. And then it's not until they talk to me where they're like, oh yeah, I know this, and I can talk about this too. And so, I'll try that out. So that's what the first module is about, just helping you kind of like overcome like those different mindset barriers of not feeling like enough, not feeling like, you have anything important to say, and just, having a game plan on like how you're going to start creating the content. And then that goes into module 2. So here on YouTube, I talked a little bit about the importance of building your story and the different elements that go into that. But with module 2, when you work with me, that is actually in more depth. I give you themes, like I mentioned earlier in this video, and like what those different themes can do for your account and how you can execute it in your own way. And then I actually walk you through like how to create like your graphics on Canva. What do you need to know like in order to start filming videos and things like that. So that's what I talk about in module 2. And then module 3 is about promoting on multiple platforms. So even though I do encourage people when they're starting on social media to start with one platform, I show you how the other platforms work and how you can have them working together in order to promote your podcast or promote your wellness business and the products and services that you sell. And so then like when we work one-on-one, I can let you know like, hey, you're ready, let's go and start on a different platform, or let's just hold on a bit and just still work on dialing in our strategy for the first platform. So that just kind of gives you different views into that. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, as well as YouTube. Definitely been doing YouTube since 2017, so definitely can talk a lot about YouTube. And so that's what module 3 is about. And then module 4 is about tracking your engagement online. So again, it's not just about putting a post up, but we need to know like, are the posts working? Are they going to be valuable? What can we do to increase engagement in an online space where it's very hard to get engagement sometimes? And what are the different ways that you can get people to see that content and do something with that content? So that's what module 4 is about. And then module 5 is retargeting practices. So what can I do again to get people to come back? Like, say they did see my content, but they didn't take action. What does that look like? What other content can I create to get in their mindset again and invite them, letting them know that it's safe to make this purchase and like all the benefits, the customer experience, things like that, that actually makes someone feel safe enough to make a purchase. And we know how we feel when we purchase things, like if we know, like, almost without a shadow of a doubt, like I'm going to feel better after I make this purchase. So you can do that right inside of your marketing. So that's basically what's in the first 5 modules of the program. And then I also have bonuses. So that's your one-on-one calls, as well as like, what goes into hiring a virtual assistant. I used to be a virtual assistant for social media. So like once you learn your strategy, then you can also start outsourcing it once you get it down. And if you feel comfortable, you can pass it off to them as well. And then I also talk about email lists. So what happens after people meet you on social media? Like how do you get them on your email list so that you can send them content, personal stories, where it's more guaranteed that they're going to see that content because it's going straight to their email inbox. So that's something I talk about as well. And then also how to support other businesses. That's another bonus because, sometimes when people do build their content on social media and like their business and things like that, they can feel threatened by other people in their niche. And so I can show you different ways that you can be supportive of other people, actually be friends. Because, something that I've definitely have heard is how people that are at the top, they're actually friends with each other, and then the competition tends to be at the bottom, like when people are kind of starting out and stuff. So it's definitely about switching that mindset from being like, oh, I gotta get my business out there, only my business, not supporting other people, and then switching over to like, this person is my friend, this is how we help each other. So those are just some of the bonuses that are included in the program. But again, if you're interested, feel free to apply below. Thank you so much to those of you that have been live with me all week. I really appreciate it. And thank you to those of you that are watching live for the first time or maybe watching the replay. But yeah, I'll see you on social media and can't wait to connect more. I'm going to check one more time to see if there are any other comments. Hi, Sister Merlene. Sister Merlene was a former client. Love her so much. Happy Happy Friday, everybody. Oh, wow. This is such a beautiful comment from South Africa. Wow. Greetings, Sister Monique. I'm just watching because I love brothers and sisters from First Church. God bless you, South Africa. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so if you're on my email list, then you can actually get notified via email like when I go live. I do try to post on YouTube as well when I'm going live, so that way you kind of know. Um, and because I'm so busy, sometimes like I can't really go live at the time that I say I go live. So I'm sorry about that. But I will try to keep everyone updated, like, hey, I'm gonna start later than I intended. And then just like join me. But yeah, if you're on my email list, you'll definitely get notified there. If you're subscribed to me here on YouTube, then you should get a notification when I'm going live. So yeah, it just kind of depends on what platforms you follow me on. If you follow me on Instagram, there's a way to like turn on your post notifications. I think it's like the three like lines on the side of your profile or on the side of the person's profile. And then I think that's where you can turn them on. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to go live a lot more consistently. It won't be every single day because like this was hard to keep up with, but I definitely wanted to be intentional for my audience and come live. So yeah, just stay tuned. And if you found value in today's video, please share it with a friend, coworker, a family member that's looking to grow their business, because we need support out there. And sometimes people don't know the power of social media. So yes, definitely share, share, share. Oh, you'll get there, brother. You'll get there. The more you start talking, about, day trading and different things like that, you'll definitely get there. And I'll definitely do more live streams as well. And maybe like videos too on just going live too, because I definitely wanted to have more stuff to say. So I wanted to add more to that. So yeah, it'll take time, but you could just practice when you feel ready, like to start practicing and then go from there. But thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful day. Bye.